Good afternoon, everybody. It's the 14th of March, 2025, and it's like 3:30 in the afternoon, I guess, something like that. Real cold. I don't know, it says like it's, on my phone it says 5 degrees, but I'll tell you what, it's colder than that. Well, we got wind chill, I guess. It's kind of been windy today. It was raining this morning, since we've had some good weather, but let's see what's going on here. Well, you guys probably already heard about a possible ceasefire. The videos, or 2 videos before this, I was talking about how Lindsey Graham and Ursula von der Leyen, even Zelensky, they were all really, really happy because Russia had, at least most of the time lately, said they're not going to go for a ceasefire. They want a permanent solution. But I guess Trump and Putin trumped them, I guess. I don't know. See, Trump was saying he needs a ceasefire or something, stop all the people dying. But you know how that would have gone, and and I'm sure Putin believes so too, because I think he kind of even hinted at that. He had a press conference yesterday. Lukashenko was, well, he's still there, and they were talking about, signing papers, everything about the Union State here. So it's very possible also that in the future, the parliament of Russia will include Belarus. So that's quite a Union State, if you ask me. You never know. You never know what could happen. So, but it's mutual defense now. So any attack on Belarus, well, it's official. They said anyway they were going to have a mutual defense pact, and maybe they had a secret one. I don't know what this is, some kind of a heating pipe or something here. Real cold. Anyway, what else? Well, I was saying a lot of that stuff yesterday, and it looks like it came out. I was saying, well, what happens if Putin goes for the ceasefire? And I said it would be violated by Ukraine probably within 24 hours. And I think he knows that. And he was even talking about that. And he was saying, what about these combatants? Gosh, I'm walking over rough ground there. What about these combatants in the Kursk region? Which includes some foreign mercenaries, British and some French and all that. And Putin said, and this is quite important, he said they have 2 choices. Because they're encircled, by the way. They have 2 choices. They surrender or they die. So that's going to be something there. Okay, what else? There'll be no mercy for the mercenaries. And he was also, what is he saying? I think of the German word, not the American word. But he was emphasizing that this whole thing, these mercenaries, they do not fall under the same laws under the Geneva Convention, and the mercenaries will not be treated like regular prisoners of war. So they don't have the protections. Well, he was saying that they will not be treated, but you can even torture them, I guess. Everything is a go with mercenaries. So I guess that tells you, don't be a mercenary. Doesn't sound like if you ever get caught, even if you get targeted, you don't have the same, I don't know, you call it rights or whatever. You don't have the same chances as you would if you're just a regular person. It's strange. I'm walking here. I've been on the front side of this hotel. I've been on the back side of it. I did a video right across over there, and I didn't even recognize that. Wow, it's so close to another metro stop over here. I mean, it's not, I gotta walk a little while for that one, but anyway, that's just me. Okay. And Trump said he has leverage on Russia, and it's unclear, he won't disclose on what this leverage is. I don't know if you guys saw that, and I don't know. Let me see, I think I wrote here. One of them, I believe, and it's not even leverage anymore, but it's like these waivers. They have, some countries have waivers, like Slovakia and Hungary, and I don't know what other ones. They have waivers on sanctions. So in other words, they're not to be sanctioned by the United States as far as getting Russian gas. So they can get Russian gas, but there is a waiver. They have a waiver right now, and Trump said he's just going to let the waiver run out, so that in other words, they can't get Russian gas legally, and they can be sanctioned, I guess. That's what it was, I believe. Let me see if that doesn't sound right, but that's how that works. Waivers, let's see. Yeah, he's letting the waivers expire. I guess I should have used that word. And that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. And United States is now sending a new version of it's like a glide bomb, I guess. It's long range, not that long range, and it's smaller, but I guess it's undetectable or by the jamming devices of Russia. So when the United States sends these, and they're sending them to Ukraine, and you heard about this, they paused the sending of weapons, or they stopped sending weapons to Ukraine, and they put a pause on the intelligence. Well, that only lasted 3 days, apparently. And the weapons have always been going to Ukraine. So that's kind of a fake stuff put out by even officials, put out by news and officials. So weapons have been going to Ukraine the whole time. And I remember reporting on that because I was thinking it was like a glitch. They were sending them to other countries, and then from those countries they were going to Ukraine. But it looks like the United States knew all about that. Maybe that was the whole idea of it, to make it look like they're not sending weapons. Pretty sneaky of the Trump people, I guess. Wow. So, but this new bomb, I guess it came out from Reuters, but nobody has denied it. So I guess maybe that's going to be the true thing. So Trump is also threatening, as you guys already heard, 200% tariffs on wines and alcoholic things or whatever coming from Canada, because I think Canada put a 25% waiver on American whiskey. So, yeah. Wait a minute, is it 50%? Huh? U.S. Let's say, I don't know. It says a 50% tariff on American whiskey. That does sound pretty high. 25%, you can kind of forget about that a little bit. Yes. Okay, J.D. Vance, he has stated that humanity, or the people of today, are playing with the future of the human civilization with nuclear proliferation. And Poland, for a long time anyway, they've been begging and begging for nuclear weapons. And Poland, they're a radical bunch of people. They have their own form of Nazism. They, as you guys have probably noticed, here they're talking about Stefan Bandera and what he did, and yet the Polish have their own version of Nazism. And they want to go, of course, and take over part of Belarus. They want to take over part of Ukraine. They're imperialistic, and they're trying to build their military to be the biggest military in Europe. They want to take the place of, for example, Germany. They want to be the big military power in Europe. I don't know. I heard one time they ordered like 200 ATACMS launchers. No, 200 HIMARS launchers. I don't know. I hadn't heard much about that since then. And it's like it takes, what does it take? 20 years probably to make something like that. Yeah. But he's talking about Vance didn't talk about Trump resuming the sale of weapons to Ukraine, nor did he talk about the intelligence sharing thing, nor did he even mention the fact of all of the massive bombs and things he's sending to Israel, And then he's, at the same time, Trump is turning around and saying he's going to send military to Panama, like to, I don't know, maybe as a deterrent until he gets the Panama Canal back. He wants them to hand it over. And he's also certain that Greenland is going to be a state of the United States or whatever. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be, I don't know what he said, something like that. You know Trump, how he is. So anyhow, this is probably the shortest video I've made in a long time. There's not really that much news. It's all kind of the same stuff. It's sort of big news, but it's not the biggest news, I guess, would be that what do you say? The combatants, well, actually, Putin says those people, the combatants that entered into the Kursk region of Russia, they will be treated as terrorists. And they did some very bad crimes. You got to hear about some of these crimes. They tied people up and they put them in the basement while they were alive and let them die in there. And I think in some villages they shot and killed all the men. And you don't even probably want to suspect on what they did to the women. So, yeah. And I think it's a little bit different. Like I said, I think in one other video, that in some of these places in Syria with these those radical terrorists, definitely big bad time terrorists, they're going around killing. They kill the women and the young girls and stuff first, you know. But I guess it's a little different culture, so I don't really know. So they're probably doing some pretty bad things to the young, beautiful young Russian women or whatever. And actually they are Russian. They're not Ukrainian, or you can't even say they're Ukrainian. So, but anyway, like I said, the big thing is you either surrender or you die. That's the big news. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. And Trump, I guess, obviously, like I was saying in the one video, he took, or they're taking right now, the Kursk region as they are, because obviously then it'll never come down in any kind of negotiations. Russia will not, you know, because otherwise it'll say, well, we'll give you back the Kursk region for blah, blah, blah. And now Russia's got it back. So what are they going to have to give up on? Or I mean, what is Ukraine going to have to put into the bargaining against Russia when Russia already has it? So we'll see what happens. And I'll tell you what, like some people have even been saying this. I've said it already on videos, and I said, well, you know, Russia's already lost all their former Soviet Union republics, and you know, the United States basically has turned them all into puppet governments, or the NATO people, you could say. So Russia's already given everything up. So why do they have to give up anything? Well, just saying that. And Rutte, that's another thing I shouldn't write down. I should have put out. He's decided Ukraine's not going to go into NATO. I don't know, after he's talking to Trump. I don't know. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any videos. And I believe he did say that because it's coming out in the news, but I'm wondering what Trump said to him. I wonder if they made some other kind of a bargain. Maybe they're just, Rutte is sitting there also orgasming, thinking that Putin's not going to go for the ceasefire, and I don't know, that something's going to go wrong and they can have their forever war. I'm just guessing. Because Rutte, you know, that's his job. He wants to make war, as much war as possible. He doesn't have possible wars going, he doesn't have a job. So that's what it all comes down to. Well, that's about it for this video, people. It's only like about, less than 14 minutes. So that should upload pretty fast for YouTube. It's Friday, and it's a full moon, I guess, tonight. Tomorrow is the Ides of March, which is the 15th. So, I don't know. Who's going to play Caesar? Is anybody going to get stabbed? I have no idea. But it's just kind of a weird thing for all these superstitious type peoples, maybe. You never know. Full moon, people do act differently. But maybe they're acting differently now because that's why everything's so calmed down, and normally they act all hysterical, and the full moon is making them, some of these knuckleheads like Ursula von der Leyen or Lindsey Graham, maybe they'll be a little bit normal on a full moon. Just tonight, so. Okay, that's all. And thanks for joining me. Thanks for the compliments. Somebody made some compliments. Really good. I appreciate that, because I kind of think, wow, what am I doing this for, you know? YouTube is suppressing my channel, and some other people get it worse, like I say. So, okay. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.